Alright guys, so what we're going to do today is we're going to take this 20-foot cord and we're going to cut it in half, and we're going to add some mc4 connectors so we can have two 10-foot pieces, or you just put them back together. So we start by grabbing this thing like this, find out exactly where the middle is. Just kind of that. Take our wire cutters here. Boom. Okay. Now when you're doing this, make sure you don't put the wrong connector on the wrong one. You'll be really sorry. Okay. I don't take a whole lot off of these. About maybe half an inch. Now, just be careful when you strip them, because they don't really play well with regular wire strippers, and you don't want to damage the wire. This stuff that comes from Santan Solar is used to say Remy on it. Yeah, it still does on these ones, but now it says like digital something or other. But it's made in the USA. It seems to be pretty nice stuff. But unless you live locally, it's really not an option. Because if they charge anything like they charge for shipping their solar panels, you'd be better off to get it somewhere else. So, get these two here. I'm going to set one aside and figure out what I have on the other end. Okay, so we get a male on there. We're going to put a female on this end. I don't know any instance where you're going to want to have them the other way. Now I've got different connectors, different kinds. Some are made differently. But what I like to do is just take them and put them on like that. And then unscrew them. This one just has, this is all one piece on this. On some of them this piece is removable. Like these ones here. Get to one easily. And I would use these, but I don't have any crimps for these. So there's, never had a problem until I do it on camera. So this piece goes down in here, sits like that. And then this piece goes over the top of it, locks it in, and it compresses that around your wire. I like these ones a little bit better. This one here has a rubber piece, and then this compresses that. It's not as good. Now, make sure that you get these right, because you could put them in the wrong one. Once you put these in, they don't really like to come out, and when they do come out, you'll damage the thing. So, I haven't found a good way to memorize this, but the bigger one goes in the male one. And you can't accidentally stick it in this one, but you can stick the other one in the other one. So the smaller one can accidentally go in there. So, this one goes into here. So again, you double check, make sure, which one do I have? Okay, I got the male one there. Okay, and the female one here. So what I like to do with these is, I don't care what anybody says, I solder them. I'll put a little bit of flux on it first, and then put my crimp in there and fold down one of the ears first, pull down the other one. Unless you have really expensive connectors, you're probably going to want to do that this way. And then take these Milwaukee's, the pointed part, I put it on the top of the two tabs, and then go ahead and crimp the shit out of it. Okay? Technically, that's good enough. But I don't trust that. As a ham radio operator, I like to solder everything. The only thing I don't solder is Anderson power poles. And that's because I have the special crimper for them, and you know, it's just easier. So I like to use a pretty good size soldering gun. This is a 230, 150 watt. Any of your, you know, old school Willers will work too. But I don't really like doing these with, you know, because this is 10 gauge wire, so it wicks a lot of the heat out. So we get our solder over here, and I take like something like this, go in here and wipe some flux in there. I mean, it's clean wire, but like we're just gonna minimize our losses and not have to spend a bunch of time if we put plenty of flux on there to start with. Liquid flux would be great, but I'm still using up what I have left. So I apply the solder to my soldering gun first, because I don't want to heat the entire piece up to the point where it has to get hot enough for the solder to melt, even though that's technically the correct way. And then I just go in, you know, blob some on there, and then heat the piece up. And then since this gun gets really hot, I kind of let off the heat and put the rest on there. And I like to get it to the point where all I see is solder. I don't see the strands of wire. And then I wait for it to cool off before I do anything with it. I don't know if you guys can see that on the camera. I'll go over here and make sure. Come on. So, anyway, that's how I like to do it. I've already crimped it very good with a pair of Milwaukee pliers. I mean, these are really good, but they're not the best for this job. So, once I can touch it, and these are, some of those are kind of cockeyed, so you go ahead and put it on there, and it should snap in. Make sure that it snaps in. This one is not wanting to snap in. There might be a defect inside of here. Some of these Chinese ones. See, that one really didn't want to go in. Okay. And then slide the rubber part in there. I like to make sure it's all the way in there, because it sticks to the wire pretty good, so just make sure it's fully seated. And then screw this on here. You do not need special pliers or the plastic tool. I got one around here somewhere. Just tighten it by hand. You don't need to reef on it. It's not going to make no difference. You know, if you can't tighten it by hand and get it to be waterproof, you putting that special wrench on there isn't going to do anything. So that one's done. Let me take this. This is what I do with them when I'm done with them. I'll roll them up. Snap them together. Hang them on the motorcycle next to me. So, anyway, I'm going to do the other one, but I'm not going to film that because you guys already saw me do one, and I don't think you really care to see me do two. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions about doing this kind of stuff, please leave a comment down below. I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for watching, and I will put a link down in the description on where to get some good connectors and some good PV wire on Amazon, and that will help support my channel. Thanks for watching.